Once you've completed the replacement of whatever part it is you needed to replace, we now just need to make sure we put the cover back on and give the machine a test before we screw it all back down again. So you're going to put the cover back on. Once again, being very careful because this is electric, so we do need to be careful. But put the cover on, sit it like that, so there's no exposed wiring. Especially make sure that no wires are getting trapped in this hole here. It's very easy for wires to get trapped in there. So just make sure you're very cautious and you don't get any wires trapped. Make sure everything's nice and sat down correctly. Once it's done, you can then plug the machine in. So I'm going to plug the machine in here. You can then turn your rocker switch on and make sure the machine is operating correctly. You can see here, everything seems to be working. Once again, being very careful not to get any wires trapped, anything like that. Once you're happy the machine's working correctly, we just need to then put all the parts back onto the machine in the order that we took them off. It's a good rule of thumb to remember, we always put things back on in the order they come off. So firstly, we need to begin screwing on the handle here. Now what we're going to do, or what we're aiming to do, is get the handle exactly lined up with the hole that goes through the little screw that this is screwing onto. So if you have a look into there, you should be able to get a good angle on this, where you can see the light coming straight through. See, the hole is pretty much perfect, it's just coming straight through. That's what we're looking for on that particular part there. So once we've got that, we can then place this back in. Now make sure you get the right side. You can see here on the split pin where the pin is slightly smaller on the bottom. You can see the hole is smaller on the bottom, so make sure it goes in the right way. We're just going to place it in to the machine very carefully. Now once that's relatively, or in as much as you think we can get it, just going to place the pin there. Once again, just using our mallet and our punch. Just going to begin to try and get the split pin through. Don't hit it too hard, but you do need a fair bit of force to get it in. Once it's in, you should then be able to adjust the pressure by screwing and unscrewing the machine. Make sure you can adjust the pressure. As long as you can adjust the pressure from that handle, then we know we've got it right. So finally, all we need to do here is get the top cover back on now. So get the cover into place, make sure it's in the correct place. Just need to line the bolt holes up and eventually you'll find the point where the bolt begins to turn into the machine like it is now. Now don't do these ones all the way up right away. Just make sure you can get them both in before you start tightening them up too much, because you always need a little bit of play, especially on this particular machine. You always need a little bit of play just to get the bolts in correctly. You can see there, I've got them in now. So I'm going to start tightening this one up here until it's just tight. Not all the way, just right. Like that. Same with this one, I'm just going to begin tightening it in. Now this one, I tighten this one up first, and then this one last. So just tighten it up a little bit more, and finally give it one good turn, or two, until it's nice and tight. Once you hit that point, your machine should be back, up and running and working as it was.